Have you ever met someone who barely speaks, yet you can't stop thinking about them? Someone who doesn't chase you, doesn't text first, doesn't beg for your attention, and somehow, that's exactly what pulls you in? What if I told you that the quietest person in the room is often the most magnetic? And here's the shocking part. Science actually proves it. Psychologists have discovered something wild. The very things introverts are criticized for, their silence, their mystery, their need for space, are the exact same things that make them dangerously attractive in relationships. So if you've ever fallen hard for a quiet soul, or if you are the quiet one wondering why people can't figure you out, stay right here, because by the end of this video, everything is going to make sense. And trust me, you will not see introverts the same way again. The uncomfortable truth nobody talks about. But before we get into the science, I need to say something that most people are too afraid to admit out loud. Most of us have been conditioned to find loud attractive. Think about it. School rewards the kid who raises their hand first. Workplaces promote the loudest voice in the meeting. Social media gives attention to whoever posts the most. We've spent our entire lives being told that visibility equals value. So when someone quiet walks into our lives and doesn't perform, doesn't chase, doesn't announce themselves, a part of us doesn't know what to do with that. We get confused, we get curious, and then, almost without realizing it, we get obsessed. Here's what nobody tells you. That obsession isn't a flaw in your thinking. It's your brain waking up, because on some level, you can sense that what's in front of you is different, rare, unscripted, and the human brain is hardwired to pay attention to things that don't fit the pattern. Your brain is just smarter than the noise. The psychology of mystery. Let's start with the most powerful force in human attraction. And no, it's not looks. It's not money. It's not even confidence. It's uncertainty. There's a famous psychological principle called the Zeigarnik effect, named after Soviet psychologist Bluma Zeigarnik. Her research showed that the human brain becomes obsessed with things that are incomplete. We can't stop thinking about an unfinished story, an unanswered question, a person we haven't fully figured out. And introverts? They are walking, breathing, unfinished novels. They don't pour everything out in the first conversation. They don't overshare. They don't perform. And your brain, your primal, curious, deeply human brain, interprets that as a puzzle it must solve. You keep thinking about them. You replay the conversation. You wonder what they're thinking. That's not a crush. That's the Zeigarnik effect in full swing. And here's the twist. Introverts aren't doing it on purpose. They're just being themselves, which makes it even more irresistible. The power of deep listening. Now let me ask you something personal. When was the last time someone made you feel like you were the only person in the room? Like every word you said actually mattered? That feeling? That's what it's like talking to an introvert who's genuinely interested in you. Research from Harvard University found that deep, focused listening activates the same reward centers in the brain as receiving money or eating chocolate. That's how powerful it feels to be truly heard. And introverts are wired for exactly this. While extroverts are energized by talking, introverts are energized by absorbing, processing, observing, understanding. When they give you their attention, they're giving you everything. There's no part of them planning what to say next. No distraction, just you. People walk away from a conversation with an introvert, feeling something they rarely feel, seen. And in a world full of noise, in a world where everyone is scrolling and half listening, being truly seen is the most addictive feeling on earth, the dopamine secret. Now here's something that blows people's minds when they hear it. And almost nobody talks about this. Introverts and extroverts don't just behave differently. Their brains are literally chemically different. Neuroscientist Deborah Johnson and her team at the University of Iowa discovered, using brain imaging, that introverts have more blood flow to the parts of the brain associated with internal processing, planning, and self-reflection. More activity, more depth, more going on beneath the surface. And here's the chemistry secret. Introverts are more sensitive to dopamine, the brain's pleasure chemical, while extroverts need big, external stimulation, parties, crowds, excitement. An introvert can feel that same high from a single meaningful conversation. A quiet evening, a deep idea. This means when an introvert is with you, truly choosing to be with you, they are already fully satisfied. They don't need to look around the room for something better. They're not distracted. They're not restless. They're not secretly wishing they were somewhere else. They are completely there. And if you've ever been with someone who was always half somewhere else in their mind. You know exactly why that kind of full presence feels like oxygen, why distance creates desire. Okay, here's where it gets really fascinating, and honestly, a little dangerous. There's a principle in behavioral psychology called the scarcity effect. The rarer something is, the more we want it. The less available something is, the more valuable it becomes in our minds. Robert Cialdini, one of the world's leading researchers on influence, put it perfectly. Scarcity is one of the most powerful drivers of human desire. Now think about an introvert in a social setting. They're not at every party. They don't respond to every message within 30 seconds. They have boundaries, not because they're playing games, but because they genuinely value their inner world. And your brain reads that as, this person is rare. This person is valuable. You start working for their attention. You start looking forward to the moments they open up. Their laughter feels like a reward, because it doesn't come easy. That's not manipulation. That's just the psychology of scarcity in its purest, most authentic form. Depth over performance. We live in a world that worships performance. Everyone is posting highlights. Everyone is crafting a persona. Everyone is selling a version of themselves that's polished, exciting, loud. And then you meet an introvert. They don't perform. They don't show off. They say what they actually mean, and they mean what they actually say. Psychologists call this authenticity signaling, and studies show that people who display authentic behavior are rated as significantly more trustworthy and attractive than those who appear to be performing, because deep down we're all exhausted by the performance. We're starving for something real. And when an introvert looks at you, really looks at you, and says something thoughtful, something unexpected, something from a depth that most people never even visit, it hits different. It hits like, oh, this person is real. And real in this world is breathtaking. The silence that says everything. Speak slowly here. Let the pauses in your delivery mirror the content. We live in a culture that confuses talking with communicating. But the most powerful things between two people are almost never said out loud. Research in nonverbal communication, particularly the work of Dr. Albert Mehrabian at UCLA, found that the majority of emotional meaning between people is conveyed not through words, but through tone, body language, and presence. Introverts, as natural observers, become masters of this unspoken language. They pick up the micro-expressions you don't know you're making. They notice the slight change in your voice when you're pretending to be okay. They sit with you in silence, not because they have nothing to say, but because they understand that sometimes silence is the most loving thing one person can offer another. There's a word in Japanese, ma, which means the pregnant pause, the meaningful space between sounds. In Japanese art and music and conversation, ma is considered as important as the notes themselves. Introverts live in the ma. And when someone chooses to sit in that space with you, not rushing, not filling it, just being there, it communicates something words never could. So the final secret, what introverts are actually looking for. And here's the thing I really want to leave you with, because this is the part that almost no one ever talks about. Introverts don't just attract deeply, they seek deeply. Introverts are on that journey, constantly. And what they are looking for in a partner is someone on the same journey, someone who wants truth over performance, depth over distraction, connection over convenience. So if an introvert has let you in, if they text you first at 2 a.m. with a thought they couldn't keep inside, if they share their silence with you like it's something precious, and in a world full of noise being rare to a quiet soul, that might just be the greatest love story there is. So here's what we've learned today. Introverts aren't mysterious by accident. Their silence isn't emptiness, it's depth. Their distance isn't coldness, it's selectivity. And their quiet confidence isn't weakness. It's the kind of strength that very few people are actually brave enough to carry. The next time you meet someone quiet, don't mistake their stillness for absence. Look closer, because the still water always runs the deepest. Now, if this video made you see introverts differently, or if you are an introvert who finally feels understood, and smash that like button right now. This kind of content takes real research and real love to make. Subscribe if you haven't already, because we post content here that actually changes how you see yourself and the people around you. I'll see you in the next one.